Hello fellow Sudokans and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku Puzzle. It's Monday the 19th of February 2024. I hope you are keeping well. It's early on a Monday morning here. Just before I start work, I'm allowed to play a game of Sudoku, and that's going to be the beginner level puzzle. It's called easy game, but it's really for absolute beginners usually on a Monday. From the Guardian. So if you've never played Sudoku before, I should be giving you a rundown on how to play the game from scratch in just a moment. Before I mention something in the news, because this channel is also about my own comments about anything I'd like to chat about, quite similar to the book of which the title of this channel is an homage. What do I want to talk about? Oh yes. Something I know nothing about: equestrian, the sport of the equestrian sport. Is it equestrianism? I'm not sure. Anyway, I know nothing about it whatsoever, but I do. It is kind of annoying to see the morality police overact and overreach on the tiniest things. Apparently, somebody named of Shane Rose, who I've never heard of, in a sport I don't know anything about, was wearing a mankini over the some time ago. I was going to say over the weekend, but I'm not sure when it was. But I have no idea exactly what a mankini is, but I've seen the photo, so I can kind of guess. And apparently he has been stood down from the team. Why? Apparently it was a joke. I mean, he did it for fun. Why? What on earth? What is so incredibly terrible about this? I mean, was he assaulting someone? I mean, you know what? It's just, you know, people are so quick these days to judge on, you know, even ridiculously minor transgressions or whatever. I mean, it's just, you know, humans are supposed to be perfect in the days of social media. I find this ridiculous. Anyway, that's my comment for today. So let's get on with the game of Sudoku, because I have to explain how to play it, and I've got to get breakfast before I start work, etc. So we are faced with a grid that has 9 squares in every row across. And if you count the number of squares in each column down, you'll find there are 9 squares in each column down. And then you can see the grid is partially filled with digits, and the lowest digit you can see is 1, and the highest digit you can see is 9. And what do we do? Well, I think you may have been able to guess what we have to do, even if you've never seen the game before. What we have to do is put numbers in the empty spaces. Sometimes we call them cells, squares, whatever you want to call them, and the numbers must go between 1 and 9. So it means that in this row we want every number between 1 and 9, including 1 and 9. We've got a 1, we've got a 9, we've also got 3 and 7, so we're looking for the other digits to fit in these empty squares. And we do exactly the same thing for each column down. Here we have 6 and 7 already. We're looking for the other 7 digits to fill up these this column. But wait, there's a little bit more. You can see that there are heavy black lines that outline some 3 by 3 blocks here like this. And guess what we do? Yeah, you've guessed it. We put numbers 1 to 9 there. So how do we go about doing this? We use logic. We do not guess. It's a game of logic. Let's start with digit 1. Now, if you're playing on a computer like this, if you highlight the number, then often you manage to get all of those digits highlighted. So you can see all of the digit 1s are highlighted here on a computer. If you're playing on a pencil and paper, with a pencil and paper, then you won't do that. You have to look for yourself. It's a little bit more difficult, but it's good practice to begin with. Now, you can see that there is a 1 already in this column, and therefore a 1 cannot reappear in this column. The same rule applies to this one down here. So immediately you can see that 1 is not allowed in these 3 squares because of this one, and 1 is not allowed in these 2 squares because of this one down here. Now we also have a 1 in this row, and 1 is not allowed in this square or these 2 here. So these squares are doubly blocked. But you can see that there's a white square here which is available, and in fact that is the only available square to us. So because that's the only available square, we know that the 1 must fit there, and that's really all we need to do to be able to play this game. Let's do that again. We've got 1 blocking across here. When I say blocking, I mean stopping any other square from becoming a 1 in this row. one blocking across here, and one blocking down there. So we're going to fit a digit 1 there. Now here's something a bit different. We're going to find a 1 in this row here. Now look, there's only a 3 and an 8 at the moment, a lot of empty squares, but if you look carefully you'll see we have 1 from up here blocking this square, and we have 1 blocking this square, and we have 1 blocking this square, and this one here blocks these 3 squares because the number can appear in this block one time only, so it can't reappear in any other square here. So you'll notice there's just one empty square in this row where a digit 1 can appear, and it has to be in that square there. Let's keep going. We've got 1 across here, and 1 down here, and 1 down there, and that's going to place a 1 there, and that was the final digit 1. There is now a 1 in each row, each column, and each block if you look carefully. Now that's not normally how we play the game. We don't pick on one digit and play it to the end. We do if we can. I mean, that would be nice. We can sometimes do that, but we can't expect to be able to do that every time. But let's continue with the 3s, because I can see at least a couple of things we can do with the 3. So we've got 3 blocking across here like this, and 3 blocking across here like this, and that's going to give us a 3 in that square. And we've got 3 up here, and we've got 3 down here, and that's going to put a 3 in that square. Now if this is too fast for you because you've never played the game before, then simply rewind, watch the video again, and I promise it will be easier. Now I want to show you something a bit interesting with the 3s as well, hopefully. So in this row here, what we're going to do is, now this is, I hope this is not too difficult if you are just starting the game, but we've got 3 blocking across here, and 3 blocking up here, right? So now we have 2 available places where the 3 could go. It could go in this square, or it could go in this square. Where does it go? Well, I'm not sure really, but it has to be in one of those squares. So we will have eventually a 3 in this square or in this square, in this particular block. It has to go either here or there, okay? Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to say, well, if a 3 is here, it will block up here like this, and if the 3 is here, well, it's still going to block up there. So whether the 3 appears in this square or this square, it's going to block this square from being a 3. Okay, and now we've got 3 blocking up here. This square can't be 3, and we've got 3 blocking this square here, and we've got this 3 blocking all of these squares here. So I'm really thinking about these 3 here. Everything else in this block cannot be 3. And so again, if you look across this row now, you'll see just one empty square. Now if that was too tricky for you, then as I say, you can just go back and watch it again until you get it sorted out in your head. And it's really not too tough once you've seen it a couple of times, I think. Now we have 8. I can't really do any, I don't think I can do much more with the 3s, can I? I don't think so. So we'll go on now with the 8 blocking across here and here like this, and giving me an 8 in this square here. Now what you'll find in Sudoku is you spend most of your time looking. You're looking for opportunities. That's really what the whole game is about. It's simply looking for opportunities. We've got 7 blocking down this column here, 7 blocking down this column here, and 7 across here, which is going to give me a 7 there. By the way, if you're new to the channel, I don't play any of the games on this channel before I switch on the camera. There is no rehearsal, no practice, no looking ahead before on any of the games, including the difficult games that I play. 7 blocking up here and up here. So I'm always playing the game live, which means that if you graduate from these super easy games and get onto the more difficult games, some of them take me a long time, I'm afraid to say. Okay, in this column here now, let's see, we have 3 empty squares. We've got 1, we've got 2, but there's no 3 yet anywhere. So we need a 3 in one of these squares here. Now what I can see is this 3 blocking this square here, and this 3 blocking this square, even this 3 also blocking the same square, so doubly blocked if you like. So again, in this column, this is the only position where a 3 can go. Now we need to find what the 2 missing digits here and here are. We've got 1, we've got 2, we've got 3. We don't have 4. We've got 5, but there's no 6 yet. We've got 7, 8, and 9 already. So we know that these two squares can only contain 4 or 6. That's all. That's the only 2 digits left to go in this column. Now I hope you have already spotted this very close 6. Easy to see, which means, can this be 6? No, because 6 blocks everything else in this section here from becoming a 6. So we know that the 6 has to be there and the 4 has to be there. Okay, where to next? I only really want to show you the kind of basic techniques here. Don't want to do anything too difficult. Where's the next number? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? I've just noticed something. This is supposed to be a beginner level game, and they didn't even give us a 4 to begin with. That's interesting. I wonder if the game has been mislabeled by any chance, and they've given us the wrong game. I've seen that before in The Guardian. But not supplying a digit to begin with, that's quite unusual. Okay. In that case, I'm just going to click through just on the off chance that this game has kind of been mislabeled or something, and it turns out to be a trickier game. It won't be impossible, but, you know, trickier. 3s. Okay, we've got 3 across here, and 3 across there, and 3 up there. That's going to put 3 into that square. And where do we need a 3 now? We need a 3 up here and across there, which will give us 3 in that square. And that's the final digit 3. So 1 and 3 are now complete. What do we know about the 2s? Not enough yet. Obviously there's only 1 digit 4, so let's move on to the 5s. 6 blocking up here will give me a 6 in that square there. Okay, we've got 7 blocking this square. We've got 7 blocking this square and 7 blocking this square. So in this column, that's where the 7 goes. We have 9 blocking down here and blocking down there, so that's going to give us 9 in that square. Then 9 across here will give us 9 there. 9 blocking up here will give us 9 in this square here. Right now you might say, okay, you've gone through all of the numbers, now what? Well, you can go back and start again, because you have made, if we've made some changes, you know, we can start again. But actually, probably the most productive thing to do is look and see, well, in this block we only have 3 empty squares, so it might be a good idea to see what's missing. What we don't have is 2. Oh, excuse me, I need some water. We're looking for 2, 4, and 8. That's what we don't have in this block yet, 2, 4, and 8. So when we look down here, we know that these 3 squares comprise 2, 4, and 8, and we've got 1 empty square at the bottom here, and we've got all of the other numbers. So let's see what we've got. We've got 1, we've got 2 somewhere here, we've got 3, we've got 4 somewhere here. We don't have 5 anywhere, because this is 2, 4, 8, and there's no 5 here. So we know that this is going to be 5. Now there's only 1 number missing here, and that's going to be a 4. We've got everything else, 1, 2, 3. There's no 4 yet, so 4 goes there. Now again, there are 3 empty squares here, so let's have a look and see what's missing. We're looking for 2, 5 and 8. Now we can't do much about that. We've got 1, 2 here, we've got a 5 there, and we've got an 8 there. They're in different rows, so there's not too much we can do there. So where do we go now? Let's just again look through. Now 1 and 3 are done already. I don't need to examine those. Okay, so 7 blocks across here, 7 blocks across here. That's going to give us 7 in that square, 7 up to the top here, 7 up here, and 7 across there. Means that there's the final digit 7, so 1, 3, and 7 are finished. Just trying to find the simplest way of getting this answer for you. Not necessarily the most efficient, but just the simplest. There we go, 6 across there and 6 up there. It's going to put 6 into that square. You can see as we put more numbers in, we're kind of limiting the available options. Okay, we have 8 blocking up here and 8 blocking up there. That's going to put 8 into that square there. Now, what was missing here? 2, 4, 8. Right. Okay, 5 blocks up here and 5 blocks across there. That's going to put 5 into that square there. And now 5 blocking across here means that that's the only possibility for 5 in that block. And we're going to have a 4 to complete this here. Now 4 blocking down there, we'll put 4 into that square. Now I want to show you a little kind of, again, a what if kind of thing. So 4 blocks across here like this, right? So where is the 4 here? It's got to be either this square or this square. Which one? Don't know, but it's got to be here or there. Okay, so 4 is here or here. Now that's going to block down there, and then we've got the 4 blocking across here like this. So it means looking at this block here, we can get the 4 here just by understanding 4 has got to be in one of those 2 squares there. Okay, that has to be the 4 there. Now, missing digits in this row are 2 and 5. Those are the only 2 numbers we don't yet have. So we've got the 2 blocking there, which is going to put 2 in that square. And that's going to give me 5 to finish this row. And also we need a 5 in this square to complete this block. And to complete this column, you'll see it's exactly the same number. Of course, there is only one number possible in every position. And you'll find at the end, everything works out perfectly. That means every column and row and block is unique. There's no kind of possibility of more than one answer or something like that. Right, what's left to be done? Let's see. Four. Okay, so we have Three numbers missing here, which are 2, 4, and 8. That means if you look down this block, this column, you'll see 2, 4, and 8 are missing. You look in this block, 2, 4, and 8 missing. And we'll consider this square here and ask ourselves, can it be 2? Answer no. Can it be 4? Answer no. So it has to be 8 because it can't be 2 or 4. And what's left here in this row now? We're looking for a 4. We don't have one yet. Oh, sorry. I apologize. Proof there that I played that I play these games live and don't work out anything in advance. We don't have a 6, I should say. Sorry, made a mistake. By the way, about making mistakes in Sudoku, if you make a mistake and you see it immediately, you can undo it, and that you'll be okay. If you're on a pencil and paper, use the rubber or eraser to get rid of it. Or cross it out if you're using a pen. But if you've gone several steps, probably best to start again. That's my honest answer, because if you go several steps and haven't seen a mistake, it's often difficult to backtrack. The mistakes multiply, as it were. So if you make a mistake and you see it immediately, you're generally okay. But if you make a mistake and you've done several things, you probably have to start again. But starting again is okay. Right? Nothing terrible happens. When you make a mistake in Sudoku, you don't lose your life or anything like that. Right? Just start again. Where was I? Let's have another look at the board. 2, 6, 9, okay. Alright, let's have another. These 2s are taking forever to finish. How about the 4s? Any news on the 4 yet? No, I don't think so. So what about 5? Surely there's something we can do with 5. Yes, there is. We have 5 blocking down here and 5 across there. So that's going to give us the 5 there. Then 5 blocking this way and that way, which will mean that's our final digit 5. Now there's one empty square in this column, and it's a 2 that we need. So let's fill that in. And now the 2 blocks across here, giving us 2 in that square there. And what's left to be got here? We've got 1, 2, 3. We don't have 4. So immediately I see the 4 blocking. It means that I can put the 4 there. I've got 5, but there's no 6. So I know that the 6 goes there. And that leaves one empty square up here, across here. And the missing digit is an 8. You don't see an 8 here yet, do you? No, that's because there isn't one. So we'll put the 8 in here. And we also need an 8 in this empty square here, because we don't have an 8 in this block yet, or this column. So let's do that. And now we've got 8 blocking up here and 8 blocking up here. Will give us an 8 in that square, and that was the final digit 8. There's one number missing across this row, and that's enough room to squeeze in a 4. And now there's one number missing here, and that's going to be a 6. So 6 blocking down here and down here will give us 6 in that square there. Missing numbers here now are 2 and 9. We see the 2 blocking down, so there's the 2 and there's the 9. And then we have 9 blocking up here and across there, which will give us 9 in that square. So we've almost finished, but you know, I would note that it's unusual to have a digit missing. The 4 was missing from the beginning. In a beginner level game on a Monday in the Guardian, that is quite unusual and may cause some people to panic. But as you see, we didn't need it at all. We found our own 4s. We managed our own resources and found it by ourselves. Right? Missing digit up here is a 4. And 4 blocks across here will give us the 4 there. And now we just need a 2 to finish this block and to finish the entire grid. So you'll see row, block, column, and grid. 2 will do it, and that's our beginner level puzzle for Monday. Slightly different for the Guardian by omitting a digit at the beginning. That's it. Bye bye.